What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. Unfortunately, I don't have the iPad. I really like reading My Hero on the iPad. It allows me to see the panels much clearer and whatnot. But so today I only have the laptop, but we'll have to make do, man. I really wanted to read some My Hero before I left, so we'll have to go into like swimwear and say screw all the nonsense because I could not leave without reading some My Hero greatness, man. So I want to read a few chapters, especially with where we've been, man. The last couple of chapters with Shigaraki and the CEO and everything going down there. Whenever you have the legends themselves in the League of Villains, My Villain Academia, going up in like somewhere, I can't just leave without reacting to, at the very least, one chapter of My Hero Academia, man. So I'm gonna get some water, and we're gonna go right in the Lake Swimwear to read that My Hero Academia awesome sauce, man. Alrighty, man, let's go right up in the Lake Swimwear, starting with chapter 223, entitled Cockroaches. Mid-December, and we see Shigaraki once again. But oh yeah, by the way, to everybody in the comment section who let me know that the doctor was the same doctor who told Deku that he would never have a quirk. Yo, whenever I read that and y'all told me to go back to chapter 1, I started sweating. I was like, yo, Horikoshi are really bringing it all the way back to the very beginning of the series with that. Dr. Robotnik, man, flipping Dr. Eggman from Sonic in the My Hero series as one of the actual, what it looks to be, one of the, like, whenever y'all brought that up, I was like, man, could Deku have had a quirk? Could he have had a quirk, but because the doctor was in cahoots with AFO, maybe AFO wanted Deku for himself, and then All Might ended up taking Deku. Like, a whole bunch of stuff just started coming into my mind, man. I was like, yo, that's a wild thing. So shout out to everybody for telling me that, because I really did not know that Dr. Eggman was, in fact, the doctor from the first chapter. We'll continue in the next swimmer, and we see in midair, you're open to attack. And we see all of them right here dodging weak. And once again, they dodge. Our future king is in trouble, eh? Yo, Toga, man. It's so awesome having these characters in prominence here. Same as always, Dr. Ujiko promised us his full support on the condition that we could reign in Higantomashia. It's been a month and a half since then. Higantomashia still hasn't come to accept Shigaraki. I mean, yo, he's stubborn. But I'll tell you what, whenever he actually does come to accept Shigaraki, because of all of this, and because of the tenacity of Shigaraki and wanting to continue to do it in this manner, he's going to come to respect him eventually, dog. He's going to have to. The big guy can keep attacking without rest for 48 hours and 44 minutes straight. This man can attack for 2 days and 44 minutes straight. Then he sleeps for about 3 hours before attacking again. My man only needs to sleep 3 hours before replenishing his energy. His body grows in battle, and he always manages to sniff out where Shigaraki is hiding. Masha himself told us how he's got great ears and a powerful nose. Hitting him while he's asleep doesn't work either, since he wakes right up after it and comes after us. For the past month and a half, Shigaraki's barely been sleeping. But even with the giant pushing him to the brink, he somehow manages to keep smiling. That's because, yo, he realizes that once he takes control of Higantomashi, once he takes Higantomashi under his wing, what are the League of Villains not going to be able to do? Then there's the rest of us, since Higantomashi's our primary target is his master's successor. He doesn't care if we wander off. So we take shifts attempting to conquer the giant alongside Shigaraki. Money, you ask? The generous doctor dropped us some cash, but only once, and barely enough to support us. And he's not ready to give us full funding just yet. Toga used what little money she got on a new duffel coat. Yo, she's out here trying to look fresh. Toasty. I slow down when I'm too cold. I love how cute a line cuts look on me. You joined because you love Stain, right? But there's no sign of his influence in the league now, so why are you still here? I love Stainy. I love Izuku no Chaku too. And I want to become everyone that I love. Dang, God. Yo, she's like, screw it. I love Stain, but I also love Deku and Rodak, and I want to become everyone that I love, yo. You're so free, must be nice. She really is, man. Well, you know, it's kind of like it's kind of like a double, where she is free in a sense, but also feels like she's restricted in another sense because of that. It's like she doesn't allow her, or maybe this is who she is, and that's why he says, you know, that's why Spinner says that you are free. Because I was thinking of it more in the lines of, what about if, because of this obsession, whether one to become others, she doesn't stay true to herself? But what about if her true self is one to become others? Who knows? Who knows? Is he sleeping now? When does that monster find the time to eat? He's still alive, Tomura. Yeah, and that thing slowed down a lot. I'm getting way closer each time compared to the beginning. I'm definitely gonna trip that gorilla up sooner or later. His eyes is like a boy chasing after his dreams. And that's so cool whenever they put it like that, because you see that Shigaraki is going through his own obstacles, his own journey to attempt to achieve his dream as well. Getting a call from Girin? The man has been picking up any of my calls. Ask if this is insured. Look at this man twice. That older brother's been looking out for me ever since he introduced me to the League. A real swell guy. You there, man. Why don't you pick up the phone when Mr. Compress calls, you jerk? I'm afraid that'll be our fault. I assume I'm speaking to Jin Bobaigawara, the villain known as Twice. A voice changer? Who is this? And where's Giran? Say, why don't you check the news right now if you can? Breaking news. Following yesterday's events, another finger has been found. A finger? 3 days ago, outside the residence of the leader of the Shie Hasai group, a registered villain organization, a severed middle finger was discovered. A severed middle finger? Then in front of the Hosu City Terminal, an index finger. Yesterday, a ring finger appeared on the central highway where a prisoner transport vehicle was attacked several months ago. The fingers all seem to belong to the same individual. In addition, a scarf, sunglasses, and other items of clothing, thought to be the personal effects of the victim, were discovered at each scene. Police are treating this as a crime meant as a statement by some organization or other. Then at Ground Zero in Communal Ward, a thumb. And just moments ago in central Fukuoka, at the center of Endeavor's fierce battle that is still fresh in our minds, a pinky finger. On some Yakuza stuff? Those are the locations where we've done our dirty deeds. Greetings, League of Villains. Who is that? The CEO! I was like, bro, who in the world is talking to them? Like, out of every person, I was trying to think in my mind, I was like, who would use a voice change? The CEO, bro. You are speaking to the Grand Commander of the Meta Liberation Army, Redestro. Okay, so his name is Redestro. I think I want to keep calling him CEO. The CEO, Redestro. The Grand Commander of the Meta Liberation Army. Look at how fresh he looks, man, in the suit. First the Yakuza, now the Liberation Army. All these retro freaks are trying to make a comeback. Yo, this man Shigaraki has been dealing with all these figures back to back to back. Is this because of that book that came out a little while back? Are you trying to ride that wave straight to the headlines? How well informed you are. But no, it's the other way around. We created the wave. Well, good for you. Now where's Giran and what do you want? You better not have touched a hair on that wonderful man's head. Oh, he's here alive, of course. And we seek to liberate all metahumans. We will tear down the existing framework and rebuild this world as a place where people are free to be themselves and use their abilities as they see fit. I don't see any reason why we should oppose that. Are we gonna lend these guys the League's rep just like with the Yakuza? How about you liberate our broker and then ring me again? I'm busy now. Once I'm done with my business here, I'll listen to you and your merry band of revolutionaries. That could very well come back to bite us. Take a break and hear me out, why don't you? Because first of all, we will not liberate our hostage. From him, I've come to learn how tight-knit you people are. Your broker is an impressive man. Someone who takes a lot of pride in his work. Someone able to sink into the shadows, always sure to evade the attention of the authorities and heroes. Too bad for you. He was unprepared for an attack from those very same shadows. I commend him for deleting his client list before we got to him. When we started severing fingers, the man not only refused to give up, he wouldn't even cry out in pain. As for that client data he deleted, we finally recovered it. I commend his resistance, though it was futile. Because you see, we Liberation Warriors have prepared long and hard over many generations for this. Leading a company, Feel Good Inc. board member Tomoyasu Chikazoku. We've bided our time and spread our roots far and wide. Hearts and Mind party leader Koku Hanabata. Still looks like a... I don't know. Whenever I saw him, I thought of the dude from No More Heroes. There are 116,516 of our fellow Liberation Warriors lying in... What? Excuse me? 116,516 lying in wait, ready to rise to action. This man's declaring war. Chitose, dog. Who is that? Shueisha. Like, as in Shueisha? Just a different way of saying it? Shueisha Publishing Executive Director. This man's trying to say that one of the Meta Liberation Army works for Shonen Jump. Oh, they might as well. Chitose Kizuki. Chitose Kizuki looks amazing. It's the eyes, man. I'm a sucker for eyes. You have beautiful eyes, dog. It automatically makes you, like, 13 times more attractive to me, man. That's just a personal thing. You know, everybody has their own personal things. Eyes for me is up. Like, yo, that's at the top. That's at the top. A merry band of revolutionaries, you say. I'm no fan of such jokes. But look at this dude. Support company Detnerat president and CEO Rikia Yotsubashi. His name is Rikia Yotsubashi. That's his actual name. And I still call him the CEO. Rikia Yotsubashi. I would be loath to make such a deprecating comment to League of Villains. This man looks so fresh, bro. Just look at him. He reminds me a lot of like a classic Cartoon Network villain. And that's what I like so much about him. This guy's gonna be bluffing. It seems you're in Niigata, perhaps, deep in the mountains. Too late, I'm afraid we have a lock on you via satellite imaging. Wherever you run, we'll have eyes on the notorious League of Villains. Endeavor, Hawks, Edgeshot, Miracle, Crust. All those heroes would be upon you with just one little call to the authorities. So generous, giving us advance warning. What do you really want? Destro must be the one to lead this revolution. And your name has gotten too big. Your destruction at our hands will signal the second advent of the Liberation Army. Consider those fingers as proof of our resolve. No need to draw matters out, right? We will fight to liberate the metas of this world. So make your way to Deika City in Aichi Prefecture. No! Bro, he's calling him out! That is if you hope to see poor Giran again. No! Bro, this man did the L! The thing that he did when we first saw him. Stand against us and be destroyed, or do nothing and be captured by heroes. The choice is yours. Tomorrow Shigaraki, bro. This man wants a battle with the League of Villains, bro. The CEO. Next chapter. Come on. 224. He wants us in the... we're on 224 now. He wants us in the Aichi Prefecture within an hour, and he's watching us from space, tracking our every move? Not a ton of people have their own private spy satellites. If it's true, then we're in big trouble. Sadly, we haven't housebroken our pet gorilla yet. Whatever shall we do? Is that even a question? This ain't up for debate. We're all familiar with that intestine-like scarf and tinted sunnies. Nobody else in the world's got gross taste like that. Giran gave me a place to belong. We've got to go save him now. They might have killed him already. Maybe every word was a lie. But if there's even a slim chance he's still alive, we've got to make a move. You're suggesting we plunge headlong into unknown danger? Calm down. Getting so attached to people so buddy is it's a habit of yours. Because I'm a stray myself! Yo. And we see that this man twice takes off his mask, man. That is how you know that he's dead on serious about it, bro. Dead on... Oh, no. It's not he's not the one that takes off the mask. Shigaraki's the one that takes off the mask. I have a plan. Doctor, did you catch all that? Dr. Eggman? Listening to villain radio is my new favorite hobby, so yes. So the Meta Liberation Army is back from the dead. What a surprise! The waves you all are making in the underworld keep dredging these people up. I can't see, man. The words are so small. This is why I like reading it on the iPad, bro. Cause yo, these words are mad small. Hold on, let me try fixing this real quick. That looks 10 times better. I can actually see now. All right. Where am I? Right here. So Liberation Army's back from the dead. How about we deploy a high-end Nomu like the one Dabi used? Not happening. My other little ones aren't at the testing stage just yet. Perhaps if Dabi had succeeded in retrieving Hood's body, but alas, without AFO around, producing more of them is no small feat. You know, they want to immediately go back to the Nomu. So the doctor isn't as multi-talented as we assumed. It's fine, I wasn't about to rely on those things anyway. So why trouble the doctor at all? How long until that massive oaf wakes up? If left undisturbed, 2 hours and 35 minutes. Great, and Doctor, where's Dabi right now? At the moment on the border between Mie and Shiga prefectures. Great, how convenient for us. Warp us over then. We're taking the bait? Without knowing squat about what we're up against? They could send anyone. What if they wasn't kidding about having 110,000 loyal followers? After more than a month of fighting, it's clear to me the big guy isn't invincible. He's just got way too much HP. The man does have a lot of HP, dog. You gotta admit it. I get it. Wherever you go, Shigaraki, he'll sniff you out. No. He's using it to his advantage because he realizes that Higantomashia is going to continue to follow him. So he's going to be like, all right, if he wakes up in 2 hours, if everything goes wrong and they actually have 100,000 of these dudes, who's going to stop Higantomashia? Who in the flying flagnars is going to stop Higantomashia, yo? Good plan. Good plan. That's right, we're going to send Higantomashi right into the fray, and a fight against those revolutionaries is sure to grind that meathead down. I wonder, Hannon, what if the CEO was bluffing? Then the fool dies, plain and simple. So either way, my man's taking dubs. We're really going then. That's what I said. My mask makes me whole. They won't know what hit them. And then we have a panel from like an above behind shot of the whole league. Yo, look at how fresh this man Shigaraki looks right there, dog. And then you have the rest of them and their awesome designs looking over the entire Warden City right here. Dog, talk about the burps. Not too small, not too big. Nice atmosphere around here. It ticks me off. 1 hour and 40 minutes till our oversized friend awakens. Making them clash with Mashi will require that we fight as well. This will be no walk in the park. Yeesh, why'd you have to drag me into this mess? Yo, Dabi's like, dog, why you gotta drag me into this, man? Giran brought you into the fold too. Like I care. You bastard. Someone's coming. None of this I was ordered to guide you down into town. If you want face to face with the Liberation Army's commander, then you'd best follow me, okay? Oh, this is the Captain Underpants dude, right? From the couple chapters ago? Not a soul around. Sure, I get it. This whole city, huh? This place isn't usually my turf, but today's a big exception. Just as the man says, here in Deka City, 90% of the population heroes are included are liberation warriors lying in wait. This is a liberated district. Thank you for making your trip and welcome. This is a day of celebration, and you are the guests of honor. Shall we start the festivities? Dog, my man's out here in a suit, man. You know that you're ready to go up and like swim. Yo! This is the Metahuman Liberation Army's revival celebration. Right off the bat? Who shot? You turn the page and all you see is an explosion. That's not about the leader of the Hearts and Minds party. Is he some big shot? Yes, someone who could easily have 110,000 followers. So we're here. So where's Giran? Your broker waiting just over there with our Grand Commander. But we were promised we'd get him back with an obvious lie. This guy's probably a mini boss. Tomura Shigaraki. Here we see off to the tower then. This is what we're good at. And here we have Toga going for like, yo, this man Shigaraki proceeded to look at this man dead and eyed. He was like, Tomura Shigaraki. And this man Shigaraki went up right up in front of him and snapped it like Thanos. And they're just, they're literally disintegrating and shook. All right, they didn't know what they were up against, man. The Shigaraki greatness. This is what we're good at. And we see Toga, massive explosion. Bro, the chick. What was her name again? Shueisha. No, it was Chitose. The ground blew up. The girl wanted in connection with a string of bloodletting murders. If it isn't Himiko Toga herself. No, we're just gonna fight Toga? How did this high schooler turn to madness? In the shocking exclusive interview, hear her story in her own words. Oh, how's that for a headline? Yo, she really is all about the headlines, man. She really does work for Shueisha. No, bro, hold on, man. One of my favorite characters in My Hero against flipping the Shueisha's head commander and Chitose. Deka is a great little town nestled in the mountains with few routes leading in and out. Far from the hustle and bustle, it's a tranquil place surrounded by nature. The perfect sort of town for us to lie low in. Interview with a vampire? Chitose's a vampire? She's Araragi? Too bad you made 2 mistakes. First, no one's gonna treat me like a damsel in distress. Second, if they unleash one of those bioengineered Nomu, your tranquil town is toast. Now, they will not unleash any Nomu. For 3 reasons, which is one more than you have. 1. Although Nomu practically became synonymous with attacks by the League of Villains, they've all but faded into nothing more than a rumor since that day in Camino. This, despite the League's continued antics. 2. Counter to point 1. A high-powered Nomu did show up in Kyushu. However, take note of the weaker white ones that the black ones spat out. Though clearly remodeled by mad science, their strength was nothing to write home about. 3. Dabi said he was there to collect the black Nomu. That tells me that without the powerful black one, they have no additional Nomu ready to deploy. To summarize, these Nomu creatures were clearly provided as backup soldiers by the League's patron All for One. And the League is limited in how freely it can use them at this time. Nah, bro, he gathered all of that with just a few statements. That's how you know that you're incredible at gathering intelligence, because it's one thing to gather intelligence, but it's another thing to understand the intelligence that you've gathered. And this man is the Recon CEO. Alright, this man is the true Recon CEO. Without the gnome, the League of Villains is nothing more than a gang of hoodlums. And here we see all of them in combat. They've split up. Man, I want to see Chitose and Toga, dog. We'll take the right. We see Spinner. Each one of these guys is a handful. Our dormant liberation warriors have spent their days training, forging their body for. Look at her eyes, dog. Forging their bodies and minds, all to better live as the people they really are. So it's irritating to have you people just waltz on in with no great cause or ideology, and start hogging the headlines. Are you not keen on being interviewed, Himiko Toga? I'm afraid that's too bad. No, then you have a whole bunch of them right behind her. I haven't backed down from a good story since my first year in this biz. So I hope you understand, Himiko Toga, that I will strip you bare. I couldn't care less about the League, but you're a different case. A girl gone mad. The story would make for an amazing article. I haven't felt my blood pump like this since back in the days when I was on the beat. Yo, she's legit Big News Morgan's out here, dog. This man got pwned. Yo, Toga's already bro, Toga's already ready. She said, this chick's out here talking. I'm all about action, baby. Let's go. She's gone, I see. This is why she hasn't been caught. Now, where'd she? And we see Toga. We see a beautiful panel. Horikoshi showing another amazing shot, showing the hand, leaving the panel. But you see the impact. You see the speed going down behind this thrust. As she's going down, knife in hand, going right towards Chitose. And then you get a really nice close-up panel of her face as she's going down. She looks like she's excited, dog. And we see all of them immediately hit Toga. Miss Curious is on the job. Back off. She doesn't hesitate at all when it comes to cold-blooded murder. How? Why not? I need to know. What sort of life have you led? Yo, she's all about learning people's stories, man. Learning their backstories and then publishing them, marketing them. That's fascinating. Oh, by the way, watch your step in there. And we see that she gets blasted right into a bar. What appears to be a bar. Yeah, we see a bar stool. And we see Toga looks down. Is it about to explode? It did explode. Our warriors show no mercy. Chitose Kizuki, MLA, codename Curious, meta ability landmines. Yo, she has claymores on deck. She has Danger Close Pro. She turns things into bombs with just a touch. She turns things into bombs with just a touch. The explosions don't pack much power, but she goes for quantity over quality. So if she, of course, who wouldn't? If they don't pack a punch, if they don't pack a punch individually, then by God, just put in a whole bunch. A whole bunch of them is gonna do some sort of damage. You feel me? If you want to live to see tomorrow, then give me my interview. And we see her right here, dog. And we see them all invading after Toga. And Toga's like, screw all of y'all. And she, her wires extend, stabs each and every one of them. Now, my on-the-go suck mask. Syringes, I see. So you can suck blood and use your meta ability transform. Fascinating. Plus, with multiple donors, it's hard to tell who to watch out for. As for the way you move your body, you being just another mad slasher doesn't explain these highly tuned survival skills. How did you turn out this way? I need the details! Yo, she really is like Big News Morgan's. No, bro. Dog, man, look at this panel. Toga got obliterated. The blood exploded. Were you hoping to transform into one of us and blend into the crowd? That won't work. I'm here to get some answers. So prepare to counter your tricks. Our warriors won't balk at being turned into bombs. So while they use their meta powers to put you and your people on the ropes, why don't we get started with some background information? Dog, this chick is Big News Chitose, man. I don't care. Yo, she goes above and beyond more than... No, I can't even say more than Morgan's did, because Morgan's... This man was in the middle of battle, dog. Putting and writing down notes. So, and with Chitose, she's actually in the battle, and while she's battling, she's out here trying to get the scoop. First daughter of the Toga family, born on August 7th, currently 17. First daughter of the Toga family, born on August 7th, ran away from home just after middle school. How does she know that? Did you catch the news that day when the media rushed over to your parents looking for you? Oh, so this is a shoot? Yo, this is a shoot. Currently 17 years old, ran away from home just after middle school graduation. Or when they interviewed your classmates, everyone said the same thing. That you're always a cheerful, reasonable, well-mannered girl. So they all wondered why. Why did you do what you did? Bro! We're actually getting her backstory? Why did you abandon any more hope of a normal life, dog? And she's getting pwned, not my girl Toga, dog. This isn't how I wanted to know more about Toga. Toga, man, get up and go in like somewhere. Screw what I said about big news. She told us, bro, I want you to go ham. I want you to go ham, Toga. I'd like to hear your version if you don't mind. Keizuki, this writing of yours won't move people. It's lacking something. Oh, is that the CEO in his younger days? Believe in me, I know you must have suffered. No, bro, it's actually showing her when she was younger. Beat reporting on rumors won't grab the readers' attention. Get out there and find some real stories. When you do, look them in the eyes. Because if an article's going to sway public opinion, it's got to have heart. Yo, the CEO is spitting facts. Your story, your heart is gonna shake things up, and it will be all for the Metal Liberation Army's sake. Why did you succumb to madness? Tell me. A normal life, huh? What's that? Bro, look at Toga's face. Blood coming down, man, smiling. This is the Toga that we know and love. A normal life? ¿Qué eso? What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm too cold to live a normal life, dog. What a face, just like, finally an answer. Dolls, you Liberation Army people are trying to make the wonderful world, trying to make the world a wonderful place. So I like you. For me, this is my normal. This is why we love Toga, dog. Let's get it. Oh, next chapter, bro. We're in some Toga greatness. I never in a million years did I expect that after that training arc, we would have been into some Toga greatness. I love some Toga greatness, but seeing some more insight into her backstory. And then, in the midst of all that, see, this is the type of stuff that I love about certain characters, man. Gintoki is and I know that's a weird comparison, comparing Gintoki and Toga. But Gintoki, whenever they try to bring up something, like, serious, Gintoki will turn around and troll them. But he'll troll them in such a goat manner that it's fire. And Toga just did that. Like, Toga's getting pwned, she's getting obliterated, bombs are going off in her, man. And this chick is just going ham. I'm talking about, this is the scoop, I want to know more about your story. And Toga's like, you want to know why I left my normal life? Girl, baby girl, for me, this is normal. Being a legend, being a goat, dog, this is normal. Dog, that's awesome, man. I was already a Toga mark. That, like, exceeded. I love her even more than I already did. The middle schooler in question who allegedly attacked a classmate with a knife is currently on the run and an investigation is underway. Is this about Toga? Saito was popular with the other children. Blank was always smiling, a pretty social kid. Blank? Dog! So that isn't Toga's. No. I didn't even think about that possibility. That Himiko Toga's not even her actual name. That might not even be her actual body. She might have been something else and transformed into who she is now, both either through name or physically or both, and transformed into this character, into this persona, all to leave that life behind. Dog, Horikoshi genius! Bro, that was the last thing that I was expecting. This should be obvious right in front of your face, but it's always the things that should be obvious that whenever they're put in front of you and you did not expect them, that you see the true genius, man. Yo! Sucked Saito's blood. She even stuck a straw in his wound. Yo, she's real deal sucking up this man's blood. A bloody love. Oh, no. Yeah, she always looked like Toga. Yo, Toga was always singing the end. Look at her. She has tears going down, bro. It was like she was in a trance, making this creepy, disgusting face. Nah, man. But, like, that's a creepy, disgusting face, but that's a face with tears coming down, man. Something had to have gone down, bro. But no, that's an amazing panel. That's a panel with so much emotion. Like, you didn't even need to tell us that, Horikoshi. That bubble right there to the side wasn't even needed. You could tell right here, this is a sick, twisted, and yet confused, and I mean, she looks like she's having a great time, but at the same time, you see the tears, you're like, yo, what is going on? I love that panel, man. We take full responsibility, and we only wish we could make up for it somehow. Despite our efforts, she turned out bad. That demon child. Mama, Papa, little birdie's so cute. This is your normal, fascinating. Oh, we're back to the present. So this is you without a mask. My intuition is still as sharp as ever, as I thought you're the manifestation of the darkness in the superpowered society. And we see that Toga coughs. Your body is ravaged inside and out. How sad. A miserable girl, who with her mental ability suppressed, has driven herself to the brink of death. Do you know what's really to blame, Himiko Toga? Quirk counseling. Were they attempt to hammer out any bumps in your understanding of the world and program you to fit neatly into society's little boxes? It's far from a perfect process, of course. The counseling ends up emphasizing the inherent differences between us all, and that's one bug they've yet to work out of the programming. That's just school. Exactly what you just said right there is school. Your normal kindergarten to senior high school. Exactly what was stated right there. You drink blood to transform. You were born with that meta ability, and you've always had a strong fascination with blood. So cute. It's cute and pretty. But the true tragedy here came from a perfectly ordinary feeling admiration. Blood and admiration. Those two elements combined into something that society was never going to accept. So you pushed it all down, suppressed yourself, and created a mask. No. Because she realized that society would never accept her for who she truly is, she suppressed it deep and down on the inside. Yo, if that's not something that so many people can relate to, I don't know what is, man. I love stuff like this, bro. Whenever you can truly see it from their perspective, from the villain's perspective, man. This is the type of stuff that I love. This is why I continue to say that Horikoshi does a great job of writing his villains, man. He really, really does. And Toga was a character I already loved even before all this. Now that I know this, genius. Stop that. What do you think you're doing? And stop making a creepy smile. You look some kind of deviant. Why can't you just be normal? Act like a normal girl. I hate when people say that, dog. Like, yo, that is the worst thing you can ever tell a child, man. It strip away what makes them individuals, bro. Man, dude. This is striking chords at home with me, man, on a personal level, dog, because I've been told that too. Even still to this day. I act like a normal adult. I act like a normal teen. I act like a normal kid. It's like, that doesn't make fun. That doesn't make life fun, man. Like, Toga... I mean, of course, we have our differences. Toga is out here killing things and drinking their blood in order to transform into them. But still, regardless, like, I think that's something a lot of us can relate to, especially for those of us that wish and want to be a part of something great, and are in like the field of art. Because whenever you're in the field of art, man, there isn't a career path that's just structured out for you. You can't just go to college and go out and leave and go find a job want to become a writer or an author or whatever the case may be. You have to go out and find that and find your success. And for a lot of people to see that, they don't see you moving forward in like some sort of linear structure. Like, you go to a job and you're going up through certain levels. And so whenever they don't see that and they think that you're just doing nothing with your life, they'll be like, yo, why don't you just be a normal adult? So, well, being a normal adult is boring. You know, and I mean, of course, a lot of us, including myself, have to do that in order to sustain ourselves, in order to work. But in the side, on our side hustle, which we want to become our main hustle, that's who we truly are. You know what I'm saying? And yo, this hits home. This hits home. I'm not gonna lie, yo, this hits home hard, Skip. Toga greatness. Toga greatness, man. This flashback, dude. Shut up! Yo, that one actually struck a chord with Toga, and Toga goes right up in like so much. It looks like she's bringing the syringe right up towards Chitose. Detonarat's patented chain ring. Curious flattener. And you see her, no, right in her face. Keep in mind what you consider normal isn't at odds with the Liberation Army's goals. In fact, you're living proof that our cause is righteous. You'll make the ideal sacrifice. Let's turn your death into a tragedy for the ages, shall we? As a martyr, your tale will be a modern-day parable for the ages. Toga, get up and smack the flagnards out of this chick for the love of all that is flagnards, bro. She's starting to piss me off now, dog. If I'm getting the details wrong, please tell me. I would love to hear it directly from you. Otherwise, this interview can't be completed. No, bro. She's still fighting, bro. She's still fighting. There's no escape, I'm afraid. You people came to us, remember? And she's running. Bro, man, your face is completely bloodied up, dog. Stupid woman, I'm not miserable at all. When I'm happy, I smile. And just like how everyone else kisses the people they love, when I love someone, I suck their blood, bro. And it's like, yo, that's who she is. And she turns into Uraraka. No, I'm not miserable, not me. A transformation, of course, from blood you had saved. Oh my, I'm on the verge of tears over here. This chick is insane. But I know that you can only transform on the outside. It's all you can do to put on a pretty face for the final moments. How pitiable. I only had a little bit of blood from back then. From her, from Ochako, the girl Izuku trusts so much. He really does trust you. Must be so nice. I want to get closer to the ones I love too. Nah. And it's like, for Uraraka, you know, probably from her perspective, she doesn't see it that way. She wants to get closer to Deku. But because Toga sees it from our perspective, and she realizes, because you know whenever you like someone, you can tell whether they're into you, whether they're into someone else. And so Toga sees just how much Deku trusts in her, and how much Deku relies on her, and how much Deku is into her. And so she kind of feels jealous of that. But it's not a jealous term of her loving Deku. It's a jealousy of, I wish I had that too. Someone to love me like that. Dang, Toga, dog. Care to give me a final statement? I want to be just like you. No, bro, talking to her. No. And she drops another thing on her head? What? What happened? Bro, she's using her quirk! The gravity! Day after day, the police and heroes came after me. So without even trying, I became sensitive to how other people would behave. And I learned that the world treats high school girls just a little bit kinder. So I don't get caught, I don't get caught. I'm using Ochako squirt. Yo, she really is! She's putting them all up in the air using her gravity no me. Nah, and she coughs. Her actual face comes out. But how her quirk profile still declared that the transformation is only external unless she just powered up her ability. Yo, an evolution of her ability. I was wondering, I was like, yo, has she ever done that before? I was trying to think back to whenever she transformed into Kami, but I was like, no, I don't remember this. This is the first time she's ever done this, yo. Nuh-uh. I saw Ochako's quirk in action. I know how to use it. I just want to love, live, and die my way. My normal way. I want to be even more like the people I love, bro. And then we have a nasty panel. Half Uraraka, half Toga. What a lovely quote for this killer story. And Toga, because you know that Uraraka would never do this, because Uraraka is not this type of person, but because Toga has it in there, she has the mental stability in order to say, screw all of that. I'm going to utilize this gravity quirk to do what it should do. Which is bring people all the way high, and then bring them down at full force onto the ground, man, until there's nothing left but liquid left from the bones. Start from one of the bones disintegrate by the sheer force. By the gravitational force of it hitting the floor, dog. When Toga uses it in this manner, it really makes you think of how dangerous Uraraka's quirk really is, dog. And the fact that Horikoshi's a genius for giving that quirk to Uraraka, who would never use a quirk like this. But now we see how someone with this type of mentality would use a quirk like that. A quirk like the gravity no me. Just immediately just to the floor. I beat up really, really hurt. Just like Izuku whispering us to kill. Leave him for that big old luck. But right, I have no choice. Because whatever we hate has got to be destroyed. Isn't that right, Tomura? Talk. What a set of chapters, bro. Dude, I can't believe that we're in a villain arc, bro. Like, this is my jam. This is my stuff. Dude, that was wild. And just seeing the impact that the heroes have had on the villains, and Toga in particular. Oh, this is an awesome cover page right here. But dude, her story, man. Yo, that junk hits home, bro. I can't just be a normal kid like anyone else. That's the thing, bro, about accepting one another, man, for who we are, dog. And that's why so many people lock who they truly are inside, man. They never let anyone except for those that are really close to them know who they truly are. Because of comments like that. You know, comments like that hurt, man. I speak from experience. Bro. Whenever you're told to act just like other people. I mean, as I got older, I said, screw all that nonsense. I am who I am. And I refuse to be a quote-unquote normal adult, teen, kid, whatever. That's just not me. So when Toga said all that, and like I said, even though in her case it's a bit extreme with the whole blood thing, but that is her thing, you know? But seriously, man, that's something that hits close. It hits close to the heart, and because of that relatability aspect, it really makes her as a character seem that much more realistic, to where now I know why she follows this path that she does. Now I know why she's a villain. Like, I truly do know why instead of in the hero side, she decided to follow Stain and join in the League of Villains. Like, everything immediately makes sense. In the same way that after seeing Shigaraki's story a couple chapters ago, all of that makes sense too. Horikoshi greatness, man. When you can write GOAT villains, I'm in it like swimwear, Skip. Love those chapters, man. Oh, man, we're still following her. Man, she's bleeding so much, bro. Toga. Out of strength, arms won't move. I've lost lots of blood. Colors are fading. Yeah, this is the same sensation. Again, I feel closer to them. Oh my god, Toga, bro. Come on, dog. In Himiko Toga's world, there's no such thing as other people. So they labeled her a deviant, a villain. Whose fault is it, really, that she turned out this way? Isn't it odd how society insists on conforming to the old ways of thinking while eliminating anyone who doesn't fit the mold? Yo, the CEO is spitting facts. Especially since we as a species have moved beyond the very notion of normal. Curious hoped to communicate that message to the masses via Toga. It's a fundamental truth. That's why she was doing all that. Because she was trying to get the truth out of them. In order for, of course, the agenda of the Meta Liberation Army, but also to reach people's heads. Like, this is what y'all do whenever you go into school and you're bullying these kids. Or not even just from kids to kids, from adults. Anyways, man. So, yeah, then that'll start up a whole different topic and whatnot. But regardless, I'm really, really glad, man, like I said, that a lot of us out there, or I should say some of us out there, still maintain that type of mentality, man, that everyone is who they are. We should come to accept that, dog. But regardless, it's a fundamental truth. Curious should never have been on the front line. She was a valuable resource. Not just Curious. Each and every warrior dives into battle with hopes for the future. Life is so very... Bro, and then you see the CEO crying, dog. See, when you see stuff like that, it hits. That's what made me fall in love with Hunter x Hunter. When I saw this man Crollo, bro, with the... Oh, I love scenes like this, bro. And this is the second time that we've had this happen. Man, dude, the CEO, bro. Well, too bad we can't use Curious's footage, since Toga herself isn't exactly a good fit for the tragic lead of the narrative we're pushing. Footage? Is something confusing you? Is this even a question you want answered? What's keeping you from asking properly, like, what do you mean by footage? Do you have too much pride? If someone says one, do you go one like a parrot? Can you think critically? Use your imagination? Are your neurons taking a vacation? That's one of the biggest insults I've ever heard. You need us to spill everything out and tell you that 2 + 2 is 4? Why should we? Surveillance cams throughout the city are recording this battle. Picture it, in the absence of heroes, these desperate townsfolk are defending their homes from wicked villains. We'll find plenty of use for that footage. After all that you told me anyway. Dang, dog. Man went ham. Do you really think things will change? You people are insane. No, I'm afraid it's everyone else who has gone mad. As I suspected, you certainly lack imagination. Without conviction, hearts and minds will not be moved. That is the biggest and most factual statement that probably the CEO has said so far. And that's tough to say because the CEO has been spitting some facts. But that right there is facts. But without conviction, a heart and a mind cannot be moved. A heart and a mind can immediately sense what is fake and what is not, what is fake and what's real. It's immediately something that just goes off in your head that says, there's something off about this. But when there's conviction, when you know that's coming straight from the soul, it's coming straight from the heart, dog, it moves you. It moves you. How much longer until wakey time? 1 hour, 20 minutes. For real? Even though we knock them down, they just keep on coming. You haven't taken a single one out yet. Where'd Toga run off to? Attention, I'll have tragic news to report. An election campaign ban? An election campaign ban? Miss Curious has fallen in battle. She gave her life to the liberation cause. Oh, how awful. Any word from the Grand Commander about this? Yo, this man's announcing that one of his members has died. To not let her sacrifice be in vain, he said. And we have a whole bunch of yelling. I see Hanaba's playing the role of preacher gathering his flock. This isn't an army, it's more like a religious sect. I told you there's money in religion. Was that twice he said that? This dude twice, bro. And we have all of them yelling, Shigaraki! Sleepy. And when I get sleepy, stuff that's not moving comes to life. I start hearing things that aren't there. All this unnecessary input is total sensory overload. It's like my whole body's glitching. I know this feeling well. What now? Check this out, another flashback, I guess. A flashback? A Shigaraki flashback. It's a secret. Oh, yo, it's that girl from a couple chapters ago in his flashback. No! Bruh, not the picture! The photograph of the legend herself, the GOAT of My Hero Academia, Nana, mother flipping Shibuda. Bruh! Oh, Flagnards, bro. Dog, the picture of legend. They look so happy in that picture, man. No, dude. I can't even life right now, dog. The innocence in this pic. This is grandma. But look at Nana Shibuda, bro. She was a hero, I guess. This memory isn't in my head. All I can recall is the feeling. Why'd you want to show me this, Hana? When I recall this, Daddy said all that stuff, but don't worry, I'm on your side, Tenko. I feel a weight coming off my chest, but why, what is it? Show me the whole flashback, not just bits and pieces, damn it. Why's it gotta be like a busted recording? So this man, Shigaraki, is trying to remember the entire flashback himself, but he doesn't remember it. And he gets mad whenever he can't remember the whole thing, which of course, is something that any of us would also feel like, too. Like, damn it, why can't we just remember the whole thing? But the way that he states it is very nice. It makes me so awesomely sick to my stomach. A double spread? He's... My man Shigaraki. Post-flashback. Attempting to reconfigure his mind, as he said while he's sleepy. jumps over the wall. And he just takes his hand and just everyone disintegrates. Bro, just look at this panel, dog. That's a panel. That is a panel. All of these beings going after Shigaraki. And Shigaraki is making them all disintegrate one by one all the way to the back. Shiga flipping Raki, man. Shiga flipping Raki. Am I seeing things just now? His decay effect spread to the people he wasn't even... No, bro, it even spread to the people he didn't touch? I didn't even notice that. I thought he touched them all. His decay effect spread to the people he wasn't... Bro, everybody... Oh, their quirks are evolving. Toga's evolved. Now this man... Bro, this man was already dangerous. Are you kidding me? Shigaraki, this man's drooling. If our dear leader's racking up bodies, then I'm going all in too. Hanging back and taking the pacifist route was never my style. Yo, Dabby's about to go ham, bro. Ice, huh? Nah, we gotta keep reading, bro. We gotta keep reading. Dabby taking on an ice user? We're done. Come on, coach. Number 228, Wounded Soul. And we see that this dude on some Ben 10 alien stuff. Aye, sure then. Clearly a bruise you get. I barely noticed them in time. I gotta warn you, I think I've gotten stronger. Which means I can tell. You're tough too. Dabby, those blue flames make you the League's only wide-range attacker. Well, why don't you unleash your fire straight away? It's almost like you're waiting for something. Or do you have an issue with your meta abilities? Wouldn't you like to know? Fine, consider this a freebie just for you. Ice melts. Yo, facts! Oh, that's good. Those blue flames that make you the League's only wide-range attacker. I mean, why don't you unleash your fire straight away? All right, hey man, I don't know, I mean, ice melts. Ice melts. Yo, is that so? Well, that could be a problem. And here we have him floating up in the air, wearing his hoodie. Man, it smells like he's a hoodied up ice climbers. Since you seem to be unaware, I manipulate ice. All ice. I've been perfecting this meta ability for a long time. Longer than most heroes. So no school for me. The Grand Commander helped make me stronger. Sounds like you've led quite a life, but kinda sad. You'd best not think your little campfire can melt my ice. And you immediately have another panel where the blue flames and the ice clash like it's Todoroki. Dabby, a little moderation, please. We've all been scattered. Let me think. Dabby's over there. Shigaraki and Spinner were together, and Toga ran off just not to who knows where. What about Twice? Hey, here's Twice. No, it's true. When he disappeared, I was freaking out, cool as a cucumber. Nah, he ran into Toga. And they've always had this special connection together, man. Twice and Toga have always been trolling together. Little Toga, not happening, it's happening. Your skin's cold as ice. Crap, you're burning up. Shut up. Why should I? She's covered in blood. Are you breathing, Toga? Yes? You're not. And your face is all beaten up. Is that the enemy's blood? It's your blood. Let's skin up, okay? Remembering this? Remember this thing? Bet you forgot. The hanky you gave me. Give it up, the girl's dead. No, you've gotta live. You gotta know more than the tears. You gave the whole league. You gave me a place to belong. A washed-up outcast like me, you were the only one who made me feel needed. Damn it. I'll rip those zealots limb from limb for this. Twice is with Toga at Mr. Ikeda's storage shed. Toga still lives, but for Curious's sake, she must die. Jin Bubaigawara, aka Twice, made ability double, in a sense the exact opposite of Toga. A man who cloned himself and nearly died doing so. A man who lost sight of what makes him an individual. Living as you were meant to live and liberating your meta ability gave you nothing but a wounded soul. What a panel, dude. What a page. If it was all in his mind, bro. This is not some Ray 3 stuff from Evangelion. A man who cloned himself and nearly died doing so. A man who lost sight of what makes him an individual. Living as you were meant to live and liberating your meta ability gave you nothing but a wounded soul. And we see a whole bunch of versions of him, bro, just looking at him. My God. Tomoyasu Chikazoku, MLA codename Skeptic, meta ability Anthropomorph. With your meta, he can transform fridges, desks, and other human-sized objects into puppets he controls. With your meta ability, we can revive Destro should the unthinkable happen. Destro's death was tragic, but we won't see history repeat itself. Can you comprehend, Buegawara? How to best use what you have? Why can't you see your own value? We're drafting you into the Liberation Army. Next chapter. And they rip off his mask. Knock it off! And they push through him. They're going all towards Toga. Stop it! Why are your hands so cold, damn it? Who are you guys? Anyway, me? You look like me, but who are you really? Good, grab her head. Hold her body in place. You attend to Buegawara. Wait, what are you doing to him? We mustn't interrupt him now. Not when he's using his meta ability to puppeteer, unless you want another nagging lecture. You see the CEO goes right toward him. If you must know, he's handling Buegawara and Toga with the puppets he's created. This allows our warriors to momentarily hold back and stay out of danger. The puppets he's controlling all like Buegawara. With his proprietary comms network and microtransceivers from Detonarat, he can manipulate his puppets with deadly precision. Your client data gave us information on Buegawara's psychological scars. Are you feeling frustrated, broker? Knowing that Toga will die and Buegawara will be ours? Toga too? For Buegawara? That'll hit him twice as hard. Oh, I need my mask or else. Oh, crap, get off of me, damn it. Toga! Toga! Oh, that's me, I'm killing her. She gave me a hanky to cover me up and I'm her killer? It's me, it's really me. Wait, so am I really me? Or I the real one or not? I'm splitting apart. Am I not me? Who am I? I am. I've got no twin. Nope, no family. Something about my eyes always rubbed people the wrong way. Scarred them. That's so sorry to hear it. 'Cause you broke the arm of the young man you ran down with your motorcycle. It all started going downhill when I was 16. He ran into the road without any warning. I was obeying that speed limit, sir. Sure, but in a case like this, you're still to blame as well. So you're probably going to have a record after this, but don't lose hope, kid. You slipped up, but you'll still have a chance to bounce back. Bounce back? That officer couldn't have known. Me neither. Just how far a person can fall from one little stumble. Jin, that guy you ran over works for one of our top clients. I just got a call from them, and they're mad as hell. They said that young punk of yours did this. They're thinking about canceling all other contracts with us now. I guess you don't care much about a job that puts a roof over your head and a shirt on your back. Get the hell out of here. You're bad luck. My folks died when I was in middle school. They were killed in some villain attack. With no other relatives, I was alone, just me by myself. And in modern society, when you're someone without roots, not a lot of people can relate to that. I just wanted someone to talk to. Did I go wrong somewhere? Maybe if I did, it wouldn't have been. Listen to this, man. Maybe if I did, it wouldn't have been being born without an ounce of luck. All I wanted was someone I could trust and who'd trust me in return. I had a blast. When a person's life starts spiraling, what's the one thing they want? Comfort. Yo, that's facts. Am I wrong going after that single-mindedly led to one... Am I wrong going after that single-mindedly led to one mistake after another? It wasn't until I hit rock bottom that I realized my biggest mistake of all. I couldn't even trust myself. If I'm hearing you right, you witnessed your other selves killing each other, and it drove you a little batty. And what's with the bag? Breathing troubles? Gotta cover up or else they'll split apart. Not gonna split. Nope, not at all. Fair enough. Doubles I make, they vanish after taking enough damage. For a grown man, breaking a bone would do the trick. So you get why I'm on the edge, right? No worries, who cares for me? This crime spree you and your doubles went on, it's put you on the most wanted list nationwide. Heck, you could probably bring down this country with your quirk if you used it right. It's a terrible thing to see a man like you fall so far. What's a guy with nothing left supposed to do? Find someone who'll trust you. Who? Friends, allies. There's a certain gang that's been making some noise lately. I'm sure they could use a man like you. Don't worry, there are plenty of others like you, more than you think. Toga! Yo, man, after his past, we're thinking back to it, man, he's like, yo, I can't lose someone that comforted me whenever I felt this way. They made me feel like I belong, dog. Fighting back, I was sure he'd either flee or cower in place. We didn't anticipate such unity between them. Beat him. FG. Ouch. Grab his arm. Break it. Twice, man. That was Lex. It doesn't have to be this way. Just come quietly. Crap, that hurts. Oh, great. Now Toga's coming too. Come on. Put your backs into it. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts like hell, but I'm still here. I've been working on next strength to avoid major injuries even while fighting Higantomashia. It's because I was so scared of vanishing. For so long, this whole time, making mistake after mistake after mistake. It would have been simple enough to try offing myself to know once and for all. But no, I just kept running and stumbling and falling. Until I fell right in with them with her. Toga, I'm gonna save you. Move aside, you fakes. I won't watch a friend die, dog. Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Yo, this is Santa Hat level, man. That was a Santa Hat level chapter. By the flipping heavens, dude. I won't watch a friend die. My quirk is double. You're gonna learn how terrifying it really is, Liberation Army. That is by far one of my favorite chapters in the entire series, bro. In the entire series. I enjoyed the entire section of that Toga stuff. But this is a chapter I think I loved more than the original Twice chapter. Bro. Dog. Chapters like this is why I do reactions to My Hero Academia, man. Chapters like this are why I love this series, bro. Chapters like this are why I say that Horikoshi is an absolute G at knowing how to handle emotions and villains, bro. And in that same sentence, dog. My goodness, twice. Man, I had always been a fan of this character, bro. I've always loved Twice, dog. I always have. From his initial introduction, I'm a huge fan of the Watchmen graphic novel. It's a wonderful thing. I have it right there. So it's probably my favorite single graphic novel story in just one compact volume. It's probably one of the greatest comic books ever written, man. But then you bring Twice into the equation. We learn more about his story, man. And then you get into this chapter, dog. We get Twice's backstory. I mean, going straight up through it. And just going through exactly why it is that he is the way that he is. And we see all of that, man. I mean, his internal struggle. Who am I, man? Like, all he wanted was comfort, bro, because he was all alone in this world, man. And whenever you're going through the struggle, that's so true. All you want is comfort, bro. And Toga provided that. Toga accepted him. Toga, whenever he was an outcast, he found somebody that accepted him, man. And he was like, listen, man, I may not know who I am. I don't know when the flying flagnards I am as an individual, but by damn it, I know one thing is for sure. I am not going to allow this one thing that I absolutely love, this one thing that comforts me, this one thing. It may be a selfish thing to do, but by God, I'm going to save you because you comfort me, man. I'm going to save you because you treated me like I was, like I was somebody normal to you, not an outcast. You treated me like I belonged. And by God, I'm going to save you. And I love that so much because it shows that no matter what, in the internal turmoil that he was having, where he was questioning, who am I? And why does it come to this? And I can't do anything. And he's just reaching the very bottom of the pits. But at the end of the day, he didn't move because of himself. He moved because of somebody else, man. I love this arc so much, bro. I love this arc so much. It's making me love every single one of these characters even more than I did before. I love Shigaraki more than I ever did before. Toga, for sure. Toga's in my top 3 favorite characters now. And then you have Twice might be there too. Twice! Bro, this page right here is an S+ tier page. S+ tier page. I'm gonna save you. Move aside, you fakes. I won't watch a friend die, bro. And this dude's a villain! Like, dog, I love this stuff, man. This is GOAT. This is factually 100% GOAT, man. My quirk is double. You're gonna learn how terrifying it really is, Liberation Army. And the chapter title is called All It Takes Is One Bad Day. Yo, that's a Watchmen reference too. That's a Watchmen reference too. Oh my God. Yo. That's a top tier My Hero Academia chapter, man. That's a top tier My Hero Academia chapter. Let's continue. I want to see Twice go ham on these dudes. I want Twice to go into like so more because he has something he wants to do, man. He may not know who he is, but by God, he doesn't need that right now. All he wants to do is save the person who comforts him, man. That's such a human-like emotion, and I love that because it provides a reasoning. You know, normally in a situation like this, how do I put it? In certain instances, a situation like this wouldn't work because you wouldn't have that. Whenever somebody wants to save their comrade, you wouldn't have that, and especially on the villain side, you wouldn't have that emotional connection. You know. But because we followed the League of Villains for so long, and we know how they act, we know how Twice has always been trolling with Toga, you know that he means that from the bottom of his heart, man. And it hits home. And that's why I always say that it's important, whenever you're telling a long story, to put these seeds in the series, which is why I always praise Gintama for the way it does that. But in Horikoshi's case, oh god, no, my camera. I might only have the battery. I don't have time for one more chapter. But regardless, we'll finish this up quick. The fact that Horikoshi was putting these seeds throughout the series, you know, showing them together and trolling every single time we saw them. It's just the trolling moments like that when they come to a version like this, it makes it that much more emotional, man. It makes a moment like that much more goat. Amazing chapter, man. But anyways, let's read chapter 230. Quickly, about my quirk double, it can turn one thing into two. It can only duplicate two different things at once. The doubles will always be more fragile than the original. The second duplicate is going to be more fragile than the first duplicate. And until the first duplicate vanishes, I can't pick a new thing to duplicate. Sorry, not happening, Shigaraki. I can't totally make this work. My quirk requires data and an image in my head, but there is no data and the image just doesn't come to me. I don't know you want to mass-produce the Yakuza bullets, but I can't. I'm sorry I couldn't be helpful. I'm sorry I only got in the way. Especially since I want to repay you guys for accepting me with open arms. I've always had that on my mind this whole time. It was the dope spread. Let's do this, Twices! It's slaughter time! We gotta help Mr. Skeptic, but he says, don't kill the doubler. Infinite double, sad man's parade. Excuse me, kill them all. And we just see them going up and like so more poning, man. You get to see like look at that perspective shot right there showing his face, dog, as he's carrying Toga. My goodness, this is amazing. Did he overcome a psychological barrier? Swing and a miss, Mr. Skeptic. How rare for one of your schemes to fail. Fail? Think what you're saying, Redestro. I've only failed but once in my life. Once in my entire life. Amend that statement, please. Because this isn't failure, I'm just moving on to the next phase. Yes, of course, Skeptic. Did he overcome his trauma? Your man's one hell of a shrink and serves you right. Because with his shackles gone, there's no holding back. There's no holding Twice back. If nothing else, you've lost your numbers advantage. Quality over quantity, then, right? Get in. Oh my. Oh, I'm gonna go back to Dabby. Mine's bigger and you're outmatched elementally. Your precious ice is practically all gone. If you're winning so easily, then lend me a hand. Why should I help? Are you so unfeeling? No, I mean just ask them. Dabby, Mr. Compressed, the Twices are here to save the day. Yo, here comes all the Twices, bro. What about your trauma? Love and courage were just what the doctor ordered. That doesn't clarify things, but this feels like a heroic origin story, though you're still a villain. I know, right? It really does. What good villain wouldn't want to save his friends? There are so few of you, so you're even more precious. Hang on. Am I stupid? I want to double Dabby. He's way handier in a fight than me. That's true. He's basically a prodigy. All right, one Dabby coming up. How about 20,000? Not 20,000. I'll double you guys too. Forget League. We'll have enough guys for a whole villain nation. Wait, Twice, if we destroy the city and its people, who will clash against Gigantomashi when he arrives? Oh, how long until the big man wakes up? We gotta hold back. No doubling Dabby then? He just roast them all. No more Slaughterfest? What are 5 minutes? No prob. Toga comes first, then I'll ask where she's at and get her. Another double spread. The ice dude? Is it the ice dude? My doubles. Does it still manufacture ice? Something. Yo, it's the ice dude, bro. As I mentioned, I manipulate ice. I see how it is. That includes controlling the ice's temperature. By shooting some ice, the water supply and cooling things down, I can extend my power to that water as well. Why not lead with that? So obnoxious. In the future that our Liberation Army foresees, one's rank in society will be directly tied to the strength of one's meta ability. Elevating one's ability will be the one way to really live. Beyond that sheer strength, life has no value. Sounds miserable. I'm gonna need you to die. The one who will die is you, Blue Fang. I can smell it from here. Your body's burning away. Keen observation of the enemy's meta ability is fundamental, and your festering skin looks ready to slough right off. You can't fight for long, can you? Not when your own flames eat away at you. This hardly seems fair. Letting them die here isn't what all for one would want. Hey, your master's successor is trying his darndest without any sleep. And now he got the Masha's coming. Whenever I have to leave, whenever I have to go, because, oh my god, why can't things have infinite battery, dog? And then I would connect it to the thing, but last time I connected it to the battery, it wouldn't charge. Man, this sucks, bro. And I'm gonna be gone for a week, man. Dude, this has been one of my favorite stretches of chapters in the whole series, dog. Seriously. The focus on the villains, knowing what they're all about, man. How just seeing more about them, but the way that it's been handled so far has been so good. Oh, should I read until it dies, man? But then what if it dies mid-recording, bro? I won't be able to stop myself from reading halfway through a chapter. Being flag nerds, man. Dang it, man. Whatever. But I guess I'll have to wait until next time. My hero greatness. These chapters were amazing. Toga awesome sauce. You had some Shigaraki greatness, but twice, man. My goodness. Twice. Man, that chapter was GOAT, bro. I had chills, dog. That was amazing. That was amazing. Toga flipping Shigaraki and twice greatness. Toga's chapters were amazing too, man, with how relatable it was. You could truly see why it is that she is the way that she is. Toga, man. And Tabby, bro. No, but I gotta get going, like I said, before this thing dies. I'll be ready. It's an awesome sauce of a day. Take care. These chapters were amazing. Whenever I get back, I'm not sure when I'll be able to do these again, because the next 2 weeks are gonna be really, really busy for me. Which is why I've been pre-recording a lot of these videos before I leave. And this one I'm recording on the day of. Like the other videos you guys are gonna see later on in the week are videos that I already recorded previously. I should have recorded this early this week, man. I shouldn't have waited until Sunday. But regardless, man, next time I'm able to get some My Hero in, I will be back in like swimwear to record some My Hero Academia greatness. Hopefully next week, sometime next week. It's gonna be hard, bro. It's gonna be really, really hard. I don't think I'll be able to do it until the week after, honestly. Flag nards. You know what, man? I might be able to do it today, bro, but I have to wait until this thing charges. Bro, we'll see what happens. If I come back and I continue reading, then you'll see it, but if not, I will see y'all in like 2 to 3 weeks, like I said, because unfortunately the next 2 weeks are really, really busy for me, and I'll only be here on Friday and Saturday, and that's my One Piece days, so... but maybe I might be able to get some My Hero in on Saturday morning. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I hope everybody has an awesome, awesome day. Take care. My Hero Academia greatness. Amazing chapters. Twice, yo. Santa hat level greatness right there, man.